Right, it's Monday. We're back at Huddersfield. John and Adam have nipped off to get the metal for the back because we have to put the metal on before we stand the wall up because it's that tight to the fence. Jenny's ill and Davey is off, so I'm just here on my own at the moment until them two get here. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to scrape this glue off and I'm going to start building the frame. So it's not going to be as fast as what I'd like, but I'll give it the best shot I can give it and see how quickly I can get these walls up on my own. So what I need to do is scrape this glue off first because it's obviously going to be in the way. Easiest way we found with that is the shovel and just push it along. Obviously a lot easier when you're not holding the camera, but that'll do the job, and then I'll sweep off this water and then I'll start building the walls. So what I'm doing, I'm putting 3 nails in each timber so it gives a good solid fit. Right, that end down there is where I'm going to square from. So what I need to do now is make an additional part to my frame because I know that my base is bigger than the 4.8 that I require. That I've got, sorry, 5,072. These should be 4.8. Oh, no they're not. Let's hope they're both the same length, otherwise I'm in trouble. 4, 8, 13. That's odd. .4, 8, 13. So I've never seen that before. They normally bang on 4.8, but they're slightly bigger. So what I need to do now is work out what size my additional frame is. And it's 5,072. So my math's not been great, I'm just going to work this out. 5072 minus 4813 is 259. Try that again. 5072 minus 4813 is 259. So that's 259 is the additional frame size that I need to make. And we're literally just going to fix that to that. I know it's going to carry a board. I'm going to cut 2 of these at 259. Let me move that camera in case it's not getting everything in. There you go. Right, 259. That's my additional frame. I'll then fix that to the other frame as well. Right, so there you go. So that's the framework for the back wall. I've started my 400s from this end. So I've got 400 centres. I marked the centres on both up top plate and bottom plate, separated them, and then put the timbers in that Jenny's already pre-cut last week. So that's that frame. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to OSB it and square it up. So what I'm going to do, because I'm on my own, I'm going to cut these sheets on the floor, on the framework basically. If you bought a build pack off me, you'll know that I advise building the framework and then standing it up, but that's only because generally you're on your own. In this circumstance I am on my own, but I know these guys are going to come and help me get this up, so that'll be fine. What I also want you to do before you start criticising, I know some of you liked it, it's like a game for you, just bear in mind how difficult it is to work, to film, to go home and edit, and to upload, and also reply to comments and the like. It's not straightforward and it's not easy. So before you comment and say my camera works a bit dodgy, it sounds a bit crap, bear that in mind, please. Obviously I'll take all comments on board, but I am on my own and it's not a BBC production. Right, so what I've created here is a spacer. What's this designed to do now? It's going to, that piece of wood there is going to sit on the top of the wall. That 22mm Lega Protect will then space off the metal. And the reason why we need that space there is to allow the soffit to go on, because if we don't, we won't be able to get the soffit on if we push it up tight. So that 22mm will give us plenty of clearance to get our 10mm soffit on. It's about 11-10mm, but of course the roof pitches back, so you actually need more than that, so that'll give that a nice shadow gap and it'll give us plenty of room to get it on as well. So we're going to put this metal sheeting on. We're starting with this profile there first, because our corner on our cedar corner sits on there beautifully. And on the other side it'll be what it'll be, but there's going to be some cement board on that side, and there's a special corner gone there which will either cover that or we'll get a metal flashing. Anyway, as I said, we've made this there, so that will hold the metal off 22mm, so that'll allow us to get our soffit in there, even with the pitch of the roof, which isn't much, but you know, if you leave it tight it won't go in here. And what we've also done, we've pulled it this way, so what you think we do is stop there, but no, what you need to do is remember that this side wall, which will come that way, will be OSB thick and slate batten thick. So that's where we've brought that, we've pulled that over so that when our cedar goes on there, the corner will sit on there lovely. So once we get this first sheet on, then we're determined by height really, and off we'll go. So what we're going to fix that with, we're going to use these, what are they? How long are they? 45mm out the job. The 45mm, they've got a little washer on them as well. And once they're in, then we'll use these colour-coded caps. Just show you them as well. Them colour-coded caps then will sit on there as well, which will look nice. And down the joints, we're also going to rivet them as well. And what we've got for that, we've got some colour-coded rivets. They've got some little anthracite grey rivets, and we're going to use this Milwaukee rivet gun, which is a proper little decent bit of kit. But I'll show you that working as well. The danger of this one is, right, if it goes over, we're going to struggle to get back up. You need to go forward another 3 inches, John. Right. Can you do it on your own or not?
Let me just...
Bit more, John, a bit more. Lovely.
You're
okay.
Gonna fall now, so watch your fingers.
Yeah, I'm out. Right, we're good.
Just take a bit away and just...
Right, 1 minute.
Back up.
Okay.
Right, we're going to go.
Have you got it?
Yeah.
How do you feel?
What?
How do you feel?
Well, Liam, we'll go for it. If not, we'll lay it back down.
Oh, come on. Once it's gone halfway, John, we ain't going back, mate.
Yeah, but you don't want it to fall down back, man.
Okay. It won't fall down back.
if it does, we don't want to drop it on that fence if you can't.
Solid, solid.
Without seeing
Right, listen to me. Right, you can't wimp out now. It's going up. Unless we both agree it ain't going up.
Yeah, well, we're not actually sliding it. We're just lifting it.
Yeah. Yeah, but
So
what
worst case
what I'm
scenario-
saying is, don't you decide to put it down without telling me you're putting it down.
I'm not stupid, I don't drink.
Just saying. Right, are you ready, John? Right, have you got it on your knee, John?
Yeah. No,
Right, are you comfortable there?
Yeah, we'll get it.
Right, you ready? Hold on, 'cause I'm on some
Don't
screws
want
here.
it to slide back.
No, don't let it slide that way, John. No, you pulled it.
Go on.
Why did you pull it?
I can't help it because I'm trying to stop it sliding off. I'm thinking
Right,
about
don't pull it. I think you pulled it too far, I won't lie to you. Pull it to you a bit.
Oh,
Right, hold it there.
right, let's clamp up a bit. Come on.
That's it, John, that's it.
Right, well, let me take a look.
Right, go slow, John.
Good here. I can probably come
Can
on.
you see it?
Yeah.
I can't see it, John. John,
What?
just walk into the middle a little bit, because I can't see my end here.
Yeah, but don't let the...
I won't, mate, I won't. Right, just hold it there if you can. You've got the full wall, all right? Yeah, I'm good, John.
So pull your bottom in as you go.
I'll pull it across with some timber, John.
I'm more than there, I think.
Right. Right, so I did promise you a full video for everything, but obviously we're a couple of people down today, so I still need to crack on with the job, and that's why you've not had a full detailed video on this. I'll fast forward a lot of it so you can see the walls going up from what we have managed to film. Right, so the back wall's 42 CLS. You've seen we've metal clad them as well. Obviously that's quite heavy lifting that up, but because we're so tight to the fence, customer wanted it either tight to that fence or tight to this fence because he's having an extension, he's going to lose size on his garden. So we've clad it. That's the back wall completely done now. Side walls, obviously they're going to have cement board on them as well. I've done the front walls. The front walls were 5x2 C16. We've doubled up that one there. So what'll happen is the steel will sit on there. The steel's going to carry the roof. So we've doubled that one up. We've doubled that one up. The steel will sit on there quite comfortably and not cause any too much pressure. We've used 5x2 obviously for the extra depth and the extra strength that it provides as well. So the steel will sit there, the 160 steel will sit there, then we'll sit some 4x2 CLS on there. We'll rip another bit of 4x2 CLS down there as well, which will be tech screwed to the steel. That'll allow us to fix our roof joists on.
Chop the steel with this. Let me get my video going.
You ready, John?
I've got time. Oh, we're chopping some. Go on, lads. And up goes the steel.
Adam, just balance it there for me. Yeah. Oh yeah. Right, you want to get yours up first? We've picked two shortest people there, like. Are you on, Adam?
No, yeah.
Come on, push.
Liam,
Yeah!
Hurry up, you're going to drop it. It's on. Hallelujah.
Put your hand under it. So we finished, well, when I say we finished the walls. The back is completely clad. I don't know if John can see around there. We've metal clad that. Me and John lifted it up while Adam were tossing it off. You can see there. So that's finished. We cleaned that off as well. Yeah, Adam he's tossing it off now. So these slate battens are on to carry the weather boards, which we're having to see weather. You get paid at 4 o'clock. It's 3:05.
Start at 8 then.
You'll also bring your car and leave van outside work. How about that? Right. Swings and roundabouts, Adam. Swings and roundabouts. So it's OA speed. It wasn't the best video in the world today simply because with 2 people off and what's up?
I sliced my arm with a staple.
Steel.
No, staple in one of 3x2s.
All right. Okay, right, where are we, John? Right, so we just got put roof on. Obviously we put steel in there to carry the roof timbers. They're all over there. We'll get them fit another day. So that's it. Main structure's up. OSB, 4x2 CLS, 5x2 C16 on the front. We've got 160 by 80 by 5. Yeah, steel beam, and we fill that with insulation as well to help prevent cold transfer. That's it. So it'll be a better video tomorrow, hopefully, because we'll have a few more people back on site and we'll have some video. If you're a joiner and you're looking for work, then I am looking to employ. So if you want to drop me a line, if you work in Leeds, if you've got your own tools and you've still got a passion for joinery, because we only want good joiners, I've got a passion about what they do that can provide really good quality work, because that's all we do, good quality work. Right, we are back at Huddersfield. We're going to put the roof on today. We're going to use 5x2 C16 timbers. They come at 4.8 lengths. We're going to space them with a 400 space, and the reason why it's 400 space is so we can get maximum use out of the insulation. It's not 400 centre, it's 400 spacing. So what we're going to do, we're going to get the roof on. We're going to do a little bit of a feature on this side as well. We're going to put a dummy pillar on there, so we're going to extend the roof out and create the roof at an angle. Me and Jen are going to fix them down with Paslow's IM 350 Plus with 90mm smooth nails, and we're also going to use upside down joist hangers on here. They are upside down joist hangers because they are literally upside down. Okay, I know you can get truss clips for this situation, but we use joist hangers for the floor, so the joist hangers come in handy for this situation as well. So that's what we're going to do. We'll crack on with this roof, and I'll show you how we can do that. We're also going to fit down the OSB free roofing boards, which are under here. We've kept them dry. You need to keep your OSB free roofing boards dry because you need your glue to adhere to them properly, and they do tend to sort of fur up a little bit if they get wet. It's not the end of the world. You need to dry them off and sand them, but I'm going to show you that as well. We're going to fix it with 5-minute glue, and I'm going to explain why there's not an expansion gap on the roof, because you don't need it on OSB free roofing tang and glue boards. Okay, I would also like to reach out to Scruffs as well. If you're looking for women trades, there is no greater woman in trades than the woman standing in front of me now. Okay, so we're going to pop this roof on. John is putting some hardy cement board on, VL range. It's in, what colour is it? Slate grey. Slate grey. He's doing that at another job. And we're also going to drop back to the job in the Tropical Gardens at Leicester tomorrow, and I'm going to show you some more of that job as well. So without further ado, we are going to crack on and put the 5x2s on. Davey here is now fresh in his new uniform. Davey, how's driving lessons going?
Good, thank you.
Are you still driving?
Not till next Tuesday.
Driving instructor's wife's got COVID or something. Right, so that's Davey's gonna race Jenny to the driving, because Jenny can't drive yet. Well, she can drive, but she hasn't got a license, have you, Jenny? No. Okay, so that's that. That's what we're gonna do now. We're gonna use the chop saw to cut it. We're also gonna get the chainsaw out. I'm gonna use the chainsaw. Jenny's gonna use the chainsaw. Okay. Right. All right. So that's what we're gonna do. Right, we're filming on the iPhone today because I've forgotten to charge the camera up and bring a SIM card, memory card as well. Right, so if the volume's crap, I do apologise. 5x2 C16, this is what we're using for our roof. Right, you need to crown the timber, which basically means if the timber, to exaggerate it, has got a curl in it, like that, then you need to send it back, because that's too much. But if it's got a curl in it like, you see that, Davey? So you put your crown to the top, otherwise you're going to get water. You're going to get water puddling on your roof, so you want your crown to the top. So I'm going to look down it. That's not too bad actually, and then put the crown to the top. So this timber here, if Davey looks at the end there, we're going to hang the timber over the thickness of a piece of 5x2. We normally hang it over 80mm, but we're tight on the fence there, so we want to make sure we can get our timber on the back. I'll just come over and have a look.
No, to me, send to me.
Oh. We're going to make sure we can get our timber on the back successfully, get our fascia on and our gutter. So what Jen's going to do, she's going to push that timber over to meet the outside wall. No, too much, Jen. You want to be dead in line with the outside wall. Are you dead in line?
Yep.
Right, so Jen's hanging over far enough at the back there. She's dead in line with this outside wall. I am dead in line with the outside wall there as well. And the reason for that being is, when we plasterboard it, we want our plasterboard fixed successfully and to go tight to the wall. We'll infill them later, and I'll show you how we'll infill them as well. So that position there is where we want it. We're letting it overhang at the front because we're going to build a bit of a different roof with a bit of a different feature on here, aren't we, Jen?
Yeah.
And we're using 400 spacers. I pre-cut these 400 spacers. I've also marked them up because me and Jen had a little fallout, didn't we, Jen?
Yeah.
Jen picked one up off the floor, but I told her it was a 400 and it wasn't.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Anyway, we've resolved that issue now by marking them up, haven't we? So Jen's going to fix that. She's going to fix it from the underside with the nail gun and the 90mm nails. Right, so she's fixed 2 fixings in there. That's secure. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to fix this one as well. So that's our first timber secure. So what we'll do now, I'm going to move back. I'm going to use the 400 spacer like that to space the timbers. I'm going to crown the timber. Jen's also going to put a 400 spacer on the back as well. She's going to let that 5x2 hang over the back of the building the same distance as the one previously, and they're all running a straight line there. Right, let me just crown this timber, Jen. So that timber's crowned now. I've got that going the right way. I'm with 400. Jen's going to hang it over at the back now and space it correctly. Are you hanging over?
Yep.
Good 400?
Yep.
Right, these timbers, they're quite twisted, and recently, because I guess because of the timber shortages and the timber prices and everything like that, timber's coming across pretty crap lately, isn't it, Jen? So we're going to have to fight with this roof to get it straight and true. You can see there, look, that this timber is not, it's touching my 400 at the top, but it's not at the bottom. So what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to straighten it up once Jenny's fixed their side. Right, Jenny, you good?
Yeah.
She'll still fix that. I will go along afterwards and I will spike these, and I'll show you me spiking them as well, because the fixing Jenny's just put in there is just to hold it in place, and it actually wants spiking down correctly. But I'll show you that as well. So we're going to move along and do the roof like that all the way along. 400 spacings, not 400 centres, 400 spacings. We get maximum use out of the insulation that way. Right, what we're going to do, the roof timbers are particularly bad on this one, so they're all twisted. So what we're going to do, we're going to get all the noggins in first, so that we can try and straighten the timbers up before we put our front timbers on. So what we want the plasterboard on the inside to follow up and have a nice fixing to, but we also want this timber straight with this wall. What?
Should I not record what you're saying? This bit here, and then pass it back to Davey, so you can see what you're saying?
Yeah, go on then, yeah.
Yeah. Pass it to camera, Davey.
Just keep it rolling, I'll let it all out. Is it still going, David? Yeah. So what we're going to do is, if Jen can see there, this 500 length of timber, we're going to fix under the underside there into the wall. But can you see it step there, Jen? Yeah. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull this timber out of the way, get that flush. Jen will fix that. It will then hold that timber in line with that wall, which is what we're trying to aim for. And then we'll put our 180 noggin on, which is going to carry our roof overhang as well. Right, so this is 500. It's a 5x2. So what we're going to do, we're going to put that on there. Jen's going to fix through. I'm just going to push it along with my foot. Is it flush, Jen?
I'm just going to start to screw off. Push it in a bit. Bit more.
I can see a gap down middle, so it must be flush.
It's not flush. It's set back. I can see it. Right.
So you can see the twist in the timber there. Can you see that, Davey? Yeah. That timber, to exaggerate, is twisted like that. So what we're going to do, we can try and rectify them and straighten them all up.
Right, you're going to have to push that back in.
It won't at the back, Jen. It's fixed at the wall and you haven't got a chance. Put 3 in each one. So what we're going to do now as well, I'm now going to fix this rafter to that noggin that we've put in there. I'll wait till Jen moves out of the way. That will then secure that to there. This 180, that's 180mm, so that's going to secure to there. We'll screw through there, we'll also screw through there, and then that will carry the side timber, which will give our roof overhang. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get that nailed now into that noggin, nail it through into there. So that now is secure on there. You don't have to screw that, Jen. It's secured to that upright there, it's secured to that rafter. That will carry our roof. What we'll do now, we'll drop another 500 in there, tight to that one, tight to that one. Jen will tell me if it's flush. There.
It's me a bit, yeah.
She'll now screw that, and we'll do the same again. So when I'm doing this, it's important to keep the weight off that, because if I put my body weight on that, it will sag that. I'll fix it and it'll be fixed sagged. So I'm actually keeping my weight off it until I've got a part where I'm fixed. So that's now now secure to the wall. And now we're going to secure that to that. So we're going to go along basically and do that, and what we'll do then afterwards when we come to insulate it, we'll obviously insulate this bay here, and we'll insulate that part as well there. Obviously you've got a bit of cold transfer with the timber, but it is what it is, and it doesn't actually affect the building. So we'll work our way along there, and once we've got that, that will then be secure to that wall. And what we're going to do then, we're going to go down in 2 rows with 400 noggins all the way down, which hopefully will straighten these timbers up and get these bays 400 dead on. So when we cut our insulation at 400, it all works for us. Right, so there you go. We've got our noggins which are sticking out. They're going to carry the roof overhang. We've also got our uprights which are securing the roof to the wall. Jen's going to show you how they are now flush with the wall. I'll just run my finger up here and show you. So this will get plasterboarded and it'll run up there, which is nice. That will give us a secure fixing for our plasterboard. Obviously the roof will be plasterboarded tight in there, so it's important that you don't need no ends flapping around, because you want good fixings. It is a timber building, it is outside in your garden, and it's prone to movement, so the tighter and the better fixings you can get on your timber, the less possible chance you're going to have of cracking. So that now it's secure to that side wall. So what we're going to do now, we're going to work out where our rows of noggins are going to go. We're going to divide the roof into three spaces rather, and then we're going to put 2 rows of noggins straight the way down, 400 noggins, which will create our 400 spacings, and which will also hopefully take the twist out of these timbers, and then we can put our front and back on. And now we've found the third of the building, so we've put a mark on each of these timbers, and we're now going to put a row of noggins all the way down to try and straighten these up basically and strengthen the front. So they're your 400 noggins that we've put in. We've put in 2 rows down there. We've straightened them up considerably now. I'm more than happy with that. Unless you're really fortunate, your end bay isn't going to be 400 because of the size of your building. So what you need to do is get these timber bracings on that wall down that side. Work your way down this way. Don't put that one in until this wall is braced off there, and then you measure that noggin there and individually put that noggin in, and then that will be your walls completely braced with your roof. Everything's in straight now and as good and plumb as we can get. I mean, if you look, can you see them timbers now, Jen? They were well twisted. They're not too bad at all now, are they?
No, they're alright.
So we've sort of fought back against this wood and got it somewhere straight. So what we're going to do now, we're going to grab a bite to eat, but we're going to cut the roof at a different angle. So if you look down on the roof, I don't know if Jen can see there. So that's the back of the building, that's the front of the building like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually cut this roof like that, because on this side there we're going to put a big dummy pillar. A big dummy pillar. Yeah, so it'll be a bit different. It'll create a bigger sort of volume on that end of the building there and give a more dramatic feel to it as well. It's just something a little bit different, and we might possibly drop some kind of LED lights in there as well, which will make that look really nice as well. Right, we've extended the roof further at that point than this point, because we're going to put a dummy pillar down on that far point over there. So what I've done, I've pinged the line down it, and I've hand cut them to get the angle right. So what we're going to do now is put the front trimmer on. The building is greater than 5 metres and the timbers are obviously 4.8, so we're going to have to extend them. So what we're going to do, we're going to extend it where Jenny is over there, let it hang over, and then we're going to join it halfway onto the nearest timber, and then we'll just extend a piece down there as well. Jenny's at that end. What I'm going to do, we're going to nail it, and she's going to lift it up and down so that I'm flush there, and then I'll nail each one as we go along. She'll lift it up and down to match it in, and then if there's any curl in that timber there, it will be straight and follow that roof. Yeah. Right, so what Jenny's going to lift that end up there, and I'm going to work on this end and get it level. You can't see there, but I missed with the first 2 nails completely. Right, there you go, Jenny. Right, so I'll work my way along now, make sure we're at the right height, and Jenny will lift it up and down if I needs be to rectify any crown in the timber and get it straight. Just down a touch, Jenny. Down a touch. Some nails, David, please. Right, that's your full roof practically finished. We've got the back trimmer on the front trimmer and the side trimmers. I showed you the noggins as well that are going to hold the side trimmers. I don't know if you can quite see there, we've created an angle on the roof. So that side over there is greater. What we're going to do, we're going to put a dummy column on there to give a bit of depth to the building, add a little bit of a feature. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to spike these timbers in. And basically what that means is 3 screws either side going at an angle straight through like that into the top plate, both sides. That'll spike them. And I'm going to explain what's going to happen where the steel is. Right, so spiking it, let me just show you. I'll pull a nail out and I'll show you, it might be a bit easier. There's your roofing timber, there's your top plate. So what we want to do now, we want to spike the timber down to it, which basically means is to drive it in at an angle like that, so it will go through the 5x2 and it will go into the top plate as well. The reason why we want to spike it in is because of wind uplift. Now, I once priced the job for a fella, and I remember I must have been too expensive, and he obviously went with cheaper quote. And bizarrely enough, that very month there was a tornado in Leeds, which was unbelievable. I remember opening my bathroom window and it was going sideways past, and anyway, his 100+ square metre roof ended up on the main street. So the wind gets under it and it just rips it up like a sail. So what you're trying to avoid is any kind of wind uplift whatsoever. So what we're going to do, we're going to spike it down like that, both sides. And that will stop wind uplift. Right, on this one here, are you far enough back to see it, Jenny? Yeah?
Yeah, I can on this side.
Are you there, yeah? Right, cool. Okay, so we've obviously got our steel section which spans over our doors, which carries the weight of the roof, which stops any sag down on top of our doors. I don't have enough depth of timber there to spike that successfully. What I've done, I've spiked it when we've been fixing them at 400 centres just to get it into place. So what we do then, we use joist hangers, and the reason why we call them upside down joist hangers, and people have gone, why have you not used some truss clips? There's no such thing as an upside down joist hanger. Well, there is. That's a joist hanger. It's upside down. It does exactly what it says on the tin. Right, so it's upside down. It's strapping the 5x2. We're going to nail it to the 4x2 CLS, which in turn, can you see them, Jen?
Yep.
Is tech screwed to the steel, so that becomes part of that, which is part of that, which is part of the building, and it's all solid, it's all held down. So there are your upside down joist hangers. I know there are truss clips to do this job, but we use joist hangers by the hundreds, and to me there's no point in buying a different product when you can get the same job out of it. So we have them on site, we have them for the floor, and we use them for the roof as well. Right, I just want to address the situation what a lot of you pull me about Jenny's hair. Now, Jenny has lived with this hair for some time. She's fully aware of her own hair. Also, a lot of you say she needs to tie it back. Well, Jenny's hair you've lived with it, haven't you, for all this time? You know it's there. You're fully aware of it. Yeah. Right. So Jenny's going to cut this bit of wood. She's going to stop halfway through in the position of cutting the wood. Cut the wood.
Now, can I just quickly say, whenever I'm using the saw, I always tend to move my hair out of the way anyway.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is, I'll do what I normally do.
Right, just hold it there now. Right, Jenny's hair now is, from an exposed part of the blade, is a maximum of 500mm, which is half a metre. Jenny's hair is not going to get caught on this guide. If Jenny puts her head down to the saw like that, Jenny won't be working here anymore for 2 reasons. Jenny will be headless, and also Jenny's stupid as hell and can't work here anymore. So there you go. Jenny is half a metre away from the saw. Yeah?
Yeah.
We're confident that your hair is in a safe position, aren't we? Yeah. And it's not a long ponytail for the guy who says, I've got a ponytail working for me
That
as well.
is so offensive
That's
as well.
derogative. I'm hoping the ponytail that works for you is a guy with a ponytail and not just a derogative term for a female. Anyway, that's the hair situation. Look, Jenny is safe. Right, the roof covering, it's OSB free tongue and groove roofing boards. They are tongue and groove, so they're designed to slot into each other like so. Can you see that, yeah? And what you're going to do then, we're going to get this first one down. We've fixed that, and what we've done then, we've slid this one into place halfway across. I've pulled it home to where it wants to go, which obviously it's decided it doesn't want to go anymore. Like that. I've got that home, and then I've put this board in line with there and in line with there, and you get your first row straight, and then you're good after that. It's exactly like laying a laminate floor. Your off cut over there goes down here. It's 18mm, and I know what some of you are going to say, that you need to fall on a joist, but it's 18mm. you're not walking on it after this, and I do walk on it, and I lay grass on it, and I've never had an issue with it. So once it's all glued, it becomes one board. For those of you that go that you're supposed to leave an expansion gap, no, you're not. It's tongue groove board. It's designed to go together tight. On the underside, there will be a gap. It's not a butted up to anything. It's not a butted up to a wall. If it expands, it'll expand fully as one piece. It's not going to hit anything. It's not going to push up. So it works. We're using the 5-minute glue for this. We're using 63mm ring cut nails out of the IM 330 Plus. There you go. Can you see them? We're using Makita circular saw to cut the boards. Jenny will go down and fix the boards now. What she'll do as I'm fixing them, she's going to mark where the joist is. So when I put my next board up there, she knows where the joist is and she can keep nailing. But she's not going to nail there. She's going to go nail, nail, nail. Not nail there until I've got that board into place, and then she'll nail there. If she nails there before I put that board in, sometimes that board there will find resistance and won't go in there properly. So she won't nail that until that board is situated in place. And then what she's going to do then, she's going to get the multi-tool and the sander. Take this glue off, sand them flat, and then we'll be good to go. And I'm going to shoot off and get the rubber. Right, so we've put the OSB 3 down. You can see there Jen's been round with the sander and the multi-tool. She scraped off all the glue that's come back out the joints. She's sanded it down, she's used some 80 grit, and she's blown it off with the blower. You can sweep it off as well, but you find you sweeping it for ages and you still get dust under it. But blowing it off, that's the way forward. It's the quickest way. I've been and got the rubber. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I've rolled the rubber out. It's home time now, so what we're going to do, we're going to just let it set on the roof, which will help anyway, because the sun will get on that crease and iron that crease out by itself. It'll just naturally relax and go to the shape we want it to, so it'll ease bonding down to the roof as well. What we're going to do now, we're going to get some slate battens. I've cut the rubber off, so it's approximately that long hanging over. We'll run round with a slate batten and tack it to the side, which will then make the building watertight on a temporary basis until we come back and glue it down, which also then will open you up and all. If you're going to do it this time of year, what you need to do is get this on as quick as you can before it rains. And even if you get just sat down and held down with some slate lats, it opens up all the work inside for you then, because then you're dry and you've got a pretty watertight building then. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get this rubber down, we're going to get it tacked around, and then we're going to clear off foam. Okay, so thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.